More than 25 years ago, America's leading Republican talked about disability like this.
Let the shameful wall of exclusion finally come tumbling down.
And now, America's leading Republican is talking about disability like this.
You gotta see this guy, I don't know what I said, I don't remember.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel invisible. Anyone can make fun of me and get away with it.
When Donald Trump insulted other identity groups like women, Mexicans, African Americans, TV news rightfully sought to hear from those voices. And when Donald Trump mocked a reporter with a disability,
I don't remember.
Twice,
by a guy that can't buy a pair of pants, I get called names.
the news put on lots of able-bodied people with no apparent disability to talk about how people with a disability should feel. Even though this seems like a glaring omission, it wouldn't be fair to just single out TV news. In fact, it would be totally inaccurate to do so because, generally speaking, there is a dearth of people living with a disability, whether it's in television or film. Scholar and disability activist Victor Pineda believes the issue runs much deeper than this.
We are visible if you're willing to look. There are between 52 and 56 million people that live with a disability. And I think that we represent every constituency group. We are old, we are young, we are black, white, Hispanic, Asian, we are men, women, transgender. We are part of every community. And all we want is an equal opportunity to express ourselves and contribute our talents. The fundamental point of our visibility is that we're here, we matter, and we do have a stake in this election.
But despite this lack of representation, there's a certain kind of invisibility that goes with disability. For instance, when Hillary Clinton's super PAC tried to take advantage of Donald Trump's disrespect for people living with a disability, their ad didn't even feature the voice of a person with a disability at all. So since we don't often hear or see people with disabilities, their issues never get addressed in the media, and then we don't press candidates on it, and then they don't include it in their political platforms, and then it leads to more invisibility, and then they're even less accountable to...
Whoa, Liz. So what are we gonna do about it?
What are we gonna do about it? You know what we're gonna do about it, Dean? We're gonna go to f***ing Pasadena. What would be your message to the candidates?
There's so much power in being disabled. The little hurdles that we go over, they're humongous.
We are part of the future, and if that's the world that they create, then we should be first in line.
Another topic would be employment and, ending sub-minimum wages and making sure that everybody is paid equally and that employment opportunities are not segregated.
The average American makes about $40,000 a year, so we don't have a lot of income, so we have to watch every cent we have.
I do think that some candidates do more for disability than other candidates, but they could say all they want. What we really want is action.
I want to say to all the presidential candidates, good luck. I wish you the very best, and whoever wins the presidential candidate, I know you're gonna make the country much better.
We're differently able, but very capable.
So why should we all care about this? Because the first President Bush was right when he signed the Americans with Disabilities Act and said that America will never be a prosperous nation until all within it prosper. Community organizer Ted Jackson made the point that Americans living with a disability make up a huge voting bloc that no candidate has tapped into yet.
It's open to either party who's going to be taking those sharp moves and making their campaigns accessible for people, who's talking about pro-disability policy and engaging people with disabilities in the creation of that policy. Because that's the candidate, that's the party that's going to lock in this voting bloc.
So although it would be easy to point the finger to politicians or the media, for countless people living in this country, this isn't a Republican or a Democratic issue. It's an American issue. Also, where can we get your entire outfit?
Sears.
Sears? Okay, because it's amazing.
But it's 2 years old, so I hope you can still get it. But
just make sure you keep the pink wheelchair because
I I think my body would reject any other color.